It's totally okay to cry during sex as well. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
Jingle tits.
We have Christmas merch.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Woo!
Christmas merch for December. We are trying to get in the Christmas spirit of things. Christmas is on its way. Yeah, loads of exciting stuff's happening.
These are official Come Curious t-shirts.
Yeah, have you got
and
that
hoodie
on the back?
Whoa! It says Santa came down my chimney. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know he fucking did, mate.
Oh,
He did and he
really
likes
did.
it. That's why he comes back every year. But yeah, so we are loving these t-shirts and jumpers you can get. I'm wearing a large and Florence is wearing a medium. So like the tees come up kind of big. The jumpers do come up big, but I like mine bigger.
That's what she said.
Yeah, definitely go check it out because it's from this company who do screen printing called Hit and Run, and they are like super sustainable. They make yours on demand, so it's not like we have a huge surplus of items and then we send them out. It's done in like a very cool way.
Yes.
And we love the brand. So yeah, go check it out. There will be a link, of course, in the description below. Get yours before Christmas and then you can have Santa coming down your chimney too.
And in the spirit of fucking Santa, we're talking about different types of fucking.
Which we don't really talk about enough. We talk about like different types of emotions, different types of love, different types of like fun, but we really don't actually go into the nitty gritty of different types of sex. A lot of people just think, oh, well, sex is sex. And no, that's confusing because sex isn't just sex. Sex has so many different like types and techniques and purposes.
Birthday sex!
Birthday sex! Or like gifting sex. Like this is sex for you.
IOU sex.
IOU sex, yeah. We started looking into it and there are a lot of different types of sex. We are surprised. I thought there would be like a handful, but no, there is sexes for all different occasions and types.
Yeah.
And enjoyment.
Basically, like, it's, and we're going in depth. We're not just talking about like solo sex, partnered sex, and like multiple partner sex. We're talking about like all the different situations that happen when it comes to fucking.
So we've got the one-off fuck, which is like the one night stand, the I just want to fuck you and then leave. Like, I mean, I've been like loving those fucks recently. Not loving them because it's frustrating because you're like, huh. But they have like, they serve a purpose where you're just like, I just want to fuck. That's it. No strings attached.
Yeah. Like those nights where you go out dancing. Not that we've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
But you just go home, have sex, and it's just, that's all it is. And there aren't any emotions attached. There aren't like, you don't really know this person usually. Like it is literally just the technicality that you want to fuck a person.
You know, it happens, and women can feel that too as much as men. I think it's generally speaking more on the men's side of things, but with women, I definitely feel like that. I'm just like, I just want to fuck and leave. Like that was it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
And then on the other side of things, you can have the emotional sex and the emotional fuck.
The emotional fuck, the one that's like really like passionate and you have all these feels and like you might even cry during or after sex. Like that can happen. That's very common. Maybe you're feeling a little bit fragile or a bit vulnerable and you fuck and then you're like, that could be the emotional fuck.
It's totally okay to cry during sex as well.
Yes.
Because sex can bring up loads of different emotions and sometimes it comes out in floods of tears.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely cried during orgasms and after sex when you get like suddenly like a wave of emotion and you're like, it's almost like a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be for any particular reason. You could literally be having the best time of your life, but sometimes you just get a crash of feels. And other times it could be for other reasons, like maybe your mental health isn't doing so great, or maybe that there's some kind of unusual connection with that person you're having sex with to make the situation emotional.
Yeah, so it doesn't even necessarily have to be like feelings that you have for that person. It can literally just be like sex making you feel emotional because of whatever's happening in your life.
Yeah, like once I cried during sex because like this was an intrusive thought, like OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, but I believed that like there was a tampon up me and then I started freaking out. So I had a panic mid-sex and I was like, I've got a tampon in me, and it's like, no I don't, that was just a fear. And then I started crying, and obviously my mental health was not doing so good, but it was nothing to do with the sex. These things happen, and it's good to be aware of them, and it's okay that they happen. The holiday fuck.
Ooh.
I have yet to have a holiday
Summer
fuck.
romance. Really?
Yet, yeah. I haven't had one.
Holiday romances, holiday sex is one of the best.
Is it? Why though?
I don't know. Maybe it's because you both know it's such like a brief encounter, and there's something romantic about traveling and being on holiday and meeting people from a different country as well.
Yeah, I think that's quite exciting.
I've done like a bit of traveling like around America in my early 20s and had a fair amount of holiday sex. It was great. Are you talking about holiday sex with someone that you go on holiday with, or someone that you meet out there?
See, that's even two different types of holiday sex.
Yeah, because holiday sex, when you go out there with a partner, you can have so much sex.
Yeah.
Whenever I've been on holiday,
Finally.
Whenever I've been on a holiday with a partner, we fuck like all the time.
Yeah.
Every day.
Which is quite nice. Like, I mean, it's finally like all the stress of work and life is out of the way and you're just there to enjoy. That's a lie. I mean, I have had a holiday fuck, so I've been to hedonism twice in Jamaica, so...
Yeah, you have had holiday sex.
I have definitely had a holiday, but I haven't had like a holiday fling, you know, and you meet someone and then you fuck and it's like all magical and shit. I haven't had that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I had that in Nashville, Tennessee. We had sex in the lightning storm.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Having sex when it's like thunder and lightning would be fucking incredible. I mean, I've had festival fuck where I've been away for a festival and fucked, but that's not really the same as a holiday fuck.
Kind of is, but maybe a festival fuck's different as well, because there's usually like drugs and stuff involved.
Chemsex, like you actually have sex on drugs, or when you choose to have drugs to have sex.
And that is a whole other kettle of fish.
Although chemsex kind of gives it a different name, because chemsex is always like chemical. Obviously, not many people fuck on chemicals. Like a lot of people fuck and masturbate when they're smoking weed, and I wouldn't really call that chemical, like chemsex.
No, I wouldn't call that chemsex either. That's just high sex.
High sex, yeah. So like these all like lead into each other. High sex, and high sex is fucking insane.
So good.
Yeah,
oh my
so
god,
good.
Go watch our video on high sex.
Yeah, we have a whole video on it just because it's so much fun.
In love, fucking. In love.
What?
There's nothing quite like being in love and having sex.
Oh my, it is the best. I honestly truly believe it's the best sex that you can have in the entire world. Like when you're in love, when you're both mutually in love with each other and you're like, you have that connection and you fuck and it's just, it doesn't even matter what they're doing. You're just like so obsessed with that person. You just want to like crawl up inside their penis and live there. Or vagina.
It's the biggest connection in the world.
Yeah.
It's so fucking magical.
Yeah, magical. That is, it is such a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I really want in love sex again.
Okay, I haven't had much of this one, but angry fucking, like angry sex, when you're like pissed off.
I don't think I've ever had angry sex.
I don't think it's very healthy, but I think people fantasize about it over. Like I fantasize about the hate fuck and like hating somebody, which is like obviously along the same lines as angry, but I think if you're actually angry with each other and fucking, I think that's like quite toxic and dangerous.
You hear of people doing it quite frequently in relationships though. If they have like one of those fiery like relationships where they like just fight all the time and then fuck all the time.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's good.
It's still not good. Wait,
no.
I think we were talking to Lonnie about this once in our podcast because it'd been shown like in movies and TV, like we have like completely fantasized like and romanticized hate fucking.
Yeah,
because they make it look so fucking hot in the movies.
Yeah, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that like dumb action film, the sex in that is so hot. And they're like throwing each other around because they're both like assassins. Oh, it's so good.
Exactly.
So yeah, we glorify it, but I think that's why it's a fantasy fuck. You imagine it being perfect in your head, but I think if you actually had negativity towards someone, I think it would be quite a traumatic experience. Because even if you know you feel safe with them and you trust them, if they're like saying,
if they're actually
names,
angry,
if they're calling you names, or if like there's a little bit of pain, you feel like you can't really be like, oh sorry, that's a bit too much. You just be like, you just sit through it because you hate them.
Yeah, I can't imagine that turning out too well, to be honest.
No, not in the end anyway. You know, who's to say? Please write in the comments if you have great angry hate fuckings and it's all okay. Let us know.
Yeah. The pity fuck.
This is actually really sad and bad.
That is sad and really all kinds of levels bad. You shouldn't really ever fuck someone out of pity.
No.
But it happens.
It does happen, yeah. I don't think I've fucked someone out of pity. But I've definitely fucked somebody where, I don't know if this is on the list, but like where the date's not gone so well and I've kind of just gone, okay, well we'll have sex anyway to see you know, if there's a spark there. Is that a
Yeah.
pity fuck? It's not really a pity fuck.
No, I don't think so. I've had those fucks, definitely.
The spontaneous fuck. Yes.
Ooh.
Now this can happen whether you're single or in a relationship, because
Yeah.
that's when you're like not planning it and out of nowhere, like you go on a date, or like maybe you're just going to... What?
That was just an excited scream.
It really didn't sound like it. I was like, shit, what's happened? I thought it was like we were having the bee incident again.
No, that's just me being like really excited about spontaneous sex.
I mean, spontaneous sex is the fucking best. Like, it is so
Oh,
good. You're just not expecting
so
it.
good.
Or like, you go for a drink, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck, and then you like the person so much that you do fuck. Or when you're in a relationship, you're not planning to fuck, and then all of a sudden it happens. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
You could be like brushing your teeth 1 minute, fucking the next.
Oh, yeah. Or like when you're cooking, and then they come up behind you and fuck you in the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh my god, what happened to me was I was like, oh, could you help me rub this moisturizer into my legs? Like, blah, blah, blah. Not thinking that this was a sexy thing at all. I was just
Yeah.
like, I was brushing my teeth or something. And then the next moment, there was an erection. and
Oh!
we were fucking. Solo fucking. This is like a big one. Masturbation.
Yes, because we can't say that solo fucking isn't as important as partnered sex. Solo
Yeah.
sex and partnered sex are on the same level because they are just as fucking good.
And also, like, masturbation is so good for you. It's good for your, like, chemicals in your body. It's good for your immune system.
Well,
it's good
obviously
for your mental
not for
fucking
me.
health.
Jesus, I must have come like 7 times yesterday and I've got a cold today.
Yeah, maybe if you masturbate that much, it's, like, the opposite.
Yeah, it just like run me ragged. Ah, I die. Oh, this one's fun. The dangerous or risk factor fuck, where
Ooh.
you shouldn't be doing it. You're doing something naughty, whether or not it's like you're doing something in public, or maybe you're doing something with the wrong person, or like doing it in your parents' house. That every time I go parents' house, it's like must fuck.
There's something about doing something risky and bad that just makes sex so much more fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're not condoning any kind of anything that you're
Cute.
doing to hurt anyone else. Like, that's not okay. But we have to acknowledge that this is a fuck.
It's a type of fuck. That's for sure. Ooh, the curious, exploratory fuck.
Oh, yeah! I like this one. This is cute.
This could be like exploring new kinks, fetishes, sexuality, gender.
Yeah.
Like it could be anything that's kind of like you get into that really like playful, like educational, trying something for the first time mood.
And often or not, you're quite nervous as well about it because it's something new and you don't really know what's going to happen or how you're going to feel or where it's going to go. So yeah, that it can be really exciting.
Yeah, that makes like the adrenaline like pump.
Pumping. This one's a bit boring, but it's a real one. The service or transactional fuck, where I don't know whether you can get this like on one night stands or if you're single, but definitely when you're seeing somebody or you're in a relationship where you're just like, oh, we haven't had sex for a while, we should really have sex. Like I guess like I'm horny, let's just fuck. And then it's a bit like, you both fuck. It can be good, it can be crap, but it's there to serve a purpose, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I had that in my last relationship where I was just really horny. I was like, we just haven't had sex in so long. We need to fuck. But it was never like good.
Yeah, never good, yeah. It feels like a bit of like an effort.
A chore.
A chore, yeah.
Oh my god, it's when you're like both lying in bed and you're like, I could fuck or I could go to sleep.
Yeah, the chore fuck. Oh, that just makes it sound so miserable. Like, fucking is a chore.
I think the last one that we put is actually kind of the same one, the obligatory fuck.
Obligatory
because that's
fuck,
like
yeah.
that's like when you're in a relationship and you're just like, we need to have sex, so let's just get it out the way and do it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that happens all the time. It's very normal. It's not necessarily a good thing, like feeling like you have to fuck somebody when you don't want to, but it happens a lot, especially if you're like you're unsure because you know that sex is good and nice, and I think that can be quite confusing, but it happens a lot in relationships, especially if like you're being pestered or pestering someone.
Yeah, when I was in that point where I was like, oh, I could easily go to sleep or we could have sex, so I would always like I would never regret having sex. Like it'd always be like, oh, I'm so glad that we actually did that.
But what about if our partners regret it. So deep.
Sad truths.
And the last one that we can think of is sex work sex, where you're having sex for a job, which is also a very valid type of sex. And it doesn't mean to say that you won't enjoy it. It doesn't mean to say that you'll have the best time, but it's there to serve a purpose. So we do support sex workers.
Woo, we do.
Because I am.
We love sex
A
workers.
sex worker. Well, if you can think of anything else, any kind of types of sex that we've missed, then please write them in the comments below, because I'm sure there are like so many more different types.
If you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you have not already.
Please follow us on Instagram at Come Curious, as well as our personals, Reed Amber X and Florence Bark. And don't forget to check out our merch, you know? Woo!
Yeah. And also, not just this merch. We have actual like permanent line collection, the best merch.
Yes, which we cannot wait to show you. It will have been released now, and of course we don't have them on our persons, otherwise we would be wearing them. But it's the same brand, Hit and Run, and there are loads of different colours and types, and some for the curious and some for the fuckers. So check it out, please.
Also, listen to our podcast.
Oh yes,
Fuck's
Fuck's Given.
And that's
it. See you next in a few days.